business, financial services business. I would like to show you what I do. When do you have time to grab a cup of coffee with me? And the person is gonna say, "Oh boy, Johnny's talking about me again," something like that, make some kind of comment. But it's a nice way of prospecting, steaming. And also, when you call that person, you're actually boosting them up, so they feel good about that call because somebody's talking about them nicely, right? What about emergency contact? How many of you write business, whether it's an investment, any type of business? Talk about an emergency contact, like for life insurance. Who do you have in an emergency, just in case you want to reach out to you and cannot reach you? Who else can you talk to? And that could be beneficiaries. That could be their friends and so forth. Even for investment. If we're trying to reach you, and we cannot reach you, who else can we talk to as an emergency? Get that from them and call those people, and ask permission too. And also, you have meme jogger, the meme jogger that we use. Why don't you do that on yourself? Do a meme jogger on yourself. How many of you have gone back to your phone since you joined the business and go back through your phone list and see whether you could actually call a few other people? Now that you're at a certain level in your business, a certain place in your business, because when you first started, you didn't know much, but now that you know a little bit of something or maybe a lot, you can go back to that list and do a little coffee with them or steam them, do something with them. You could get some activity out of that. What about your clients that you have written before? What about going back to them and doing like annual reviews, 6 months? How many of you have done that? Going back to your client and say, hey, you could actually say, if it's just life insurance that you have written, you can say, hey, listen, the company has more, great products and so on, or services that we offer in families. And I would like to actually meet with you again and go over your plan, your current plan, and look at some of the other things that we have that could benefit you and your family. Go back there. All these activities, can actually bring you something. Because this business is all about talking to people. It's all about, activity. I know we can Zoom all day, but Zooming, all day and not, getting to help anybody, where you can get a check is not a good thing. Okay, you will not make money that way. Now that things are opening out, there are so many ways to go about creating activity. But I would say is you have to get out of yourself, get out from your comfort zone, do something different. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you expect different results, it's not going to happen for you. Okay, so the only way that we all going to grow and to get to the places that we want to go, we have to get out of our comfort zone. Okay, nothing venture, nothing gain, right? No pain, no gain. And I'm not saying pain physically, it could be a struggle, it could be, a lot of, setbacks and challenges. But I believe every challenge that you come across, there's another challenge. So you have to get past that one. You're going to get a lot of challenges in life, but that's all right. Because, with the challenges that you're going to meet in life, that is what keeps life, worth living. The challenges. At the time, you may not see it as, healthy for you, but listen, when you get past that, it's like you have a story to tell. You understand what I'm saying? You can only change your story through the experiences that you go through in life. If your story is the same, then it means that you're not really experiencing life the way you should. You're just going with time. But you want to actually go do things. Not things that will be hurtful to yourself, but do things that that's going to benefit you and it's going to allow you to grow as a person. This business is all mental and it's our thinking. We have to change our thinking because our thinking is what actually directs us in our action, taking action. But you have to think right, you have to think positive, you have to have a positive attitude. When somebody say no, one of the things that I used to do, Shaq, when somebody, let's say if I am going on an appointment and cancel, I'll pull my calendar aside and I'll set 3 more appointments. I will force myself to set 3 more appointments, 3 more, because I had to make up for what was lost. You know, I wasn't going to, and sometimes I would say, let me just go prospect, get some names and numbers to make up for that. So you always have to have a comeback. You know, just don't just take it. You know, have a comeback, a way to come back and make yourself feel good. Because I'm telling you, if you keep getting disappointments after disappointment and you take no action to counter it, then you're going to actually feel depressed and you'll fade away into nothingness. Okay, so I just want to say that this business will actually give you the lifestyle that you want, and it doesn't matter, you know, how long it takes you. I tell people, man, play your game. You know, your game is different from my game because my financial, you know, getting financially independent will be different for somebody else. For me, you know, you might have somebody might say, well, all right, financial independence for me is paying my bills and having a little extra at the end of the month. Somebody else might say, you know what, I need to have at least a few $1 million set up and be done. I could sleep all day, do whatever I want to, and not have to worry about bills. That's financial independence for somebody else. So what you want to do is figure out what you want out of this business. Don't worry about the hype. Don't worry about people moving ahead of you. You know, if you stay on your course and you focus on what you want to do, guess what? The same person that run past your room and you see dust in the distance, you know, if you just stay your course, keep your eye on your ball, you know, stay in your lane, focus on you, keep self-improving, keep, you know, all of a sudden you're going to actually get that booster that you need, and the same person that passed you, you're going to pass them. And when you pass them, you're going to be consistent, and you're going to be going, and you're like the ever-ready battery. You go in and you go in and you go in, you know. So you just stay your course, play your game. Everybody has a role here, okay? And that's the good thing about the business. Everybody who comes in the business has a different way of looking at the business. You know, your play might not be mine. Your objective for joining the business might not be what I came in the business for. Everybody has their goals, everybody has their dreams. But if you actually implement some of the things that you're doing for your clients, not only will you become financially free by putting the things that you're putting in place for clients, right? By you helping as many clients, you're going to get referrals. You're going to get, over time, you're going to get people calling you that you don't even know. You know, I mean, I get calls on a weekly basis. I don't even know those people. Sometimes I don't even ask them, I just ask for their first name. I don't even ask them who referred you. When I meet with them, that's when I ask them, oh, so tell me who referred you to me. And they will tell me. But I don't, you know, when somebody calls me, I don't really go too much into, you know, what's in, who referred you and all this. I don't have the time. If you want to see me, it's a true referral, they will come see me. And then I have a conversation with them face to face. You know, make this business personal. Be personal about this business. You know, have something that you're passionate about. Whatever your strength is in the business, you know, you focus on that. You know, focus on your strength and the areas that you're weak on, improve on it. But focus on your strength. You know, and don't play the game or play somebody's playbook that you're looking at. Stop looking at what's happening on the side. Focus on you and where you're going. You know, this business gives all of us an equal opportunity, but it's what we make of this opportunity that makes a difference, and how you interpret the opportunity and how you execute your plans and your goals to actually make this work for you. Okay, because everybody is driving a different car towards financial being FI, financial independence. Okay, so you lay out a plan for yourself and play your game. Do the things that you know you don't want to do, you know, not harmful. I'm not referring to that, but the things that you know you have to do. Stop procrastinating, because the longer you actually procrastinate and you put things off, you know, put things aside that you need to do, then guess what? You're delaying your success. You know, go after this stuff quick and fast. I was talking to Shaq and he said he gave this 7 good years and it was over for him. That is a powerful thing. To give 7 good years to this business and then it's over. Now Shaq now has, think of Shaq, if he has to live 100 years, right? he has another, what, 75 years to live and have fun. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you look on the other side, a lot of people, they give their best years to the job. They work like after they graduate from school, say in their 20s, they work for another 40, they're up to 60. And then guess what? They live for another 10 years. That is, you know, and that was one of the things that drove me. That say, you know, I don't want that life. Because when I was at the job, I saw older folks, you know, up there in age, and those people are still talking broke. And I said, if I hang out with that group of people, I'm going to be like them. I don't want to be like that. You know, and I always said to myself, I want to be wealthy. I don't know about you. I want to not worry about things. I want to travel. I want to have a good time. I want to enjoy life. I want my family to have a good life. And I said to myself, I don't want to come to America to be poor. I want to be rich. I came here for an opportunity. I came here to be rich. You know, and you know, when you're rich, it's a good thing. You know why? Because you can do more. Don't ever tell anybody, say, oh, you know, this is all about money. Well, give me yours then. Why you you know, so it's all about the money, but it's not about the money. Because I believe that, you know, if you have a lot of money, good people do good things with more. And if you believe in the Bible said that God has given us everything that we need to have a good life and to be wealthy. I mean, Solomon of the Bible, you know, he was one of the richest guys, you know, that God blessed. Being rich is a good thing because you can do more for families, you can do more for your family, you can do more for people, you can do more for charity, you can bless a lot of people. When you're broke, it's a bad thing because you think all this crazy stuff about money and, you know, you get yourself into all this kind of crazy stuff. Rich people, you know, the good ones do well. They have a good life. They live long. I talk to a lot of nurses and they say they're working for, you know, these people with a lot of money, and these people are up in age, like 97, 95. Man, and they have tons of money, doing a lot. We all want to do a lot. You know, don't be limited minded. You know, take this business and blow it up. Go after it. Give it 3, 5, 7 years, and it's over. And you have the rest of your life to have fun. You know, and that's what I saw. I don't want to work for 40 years and have, you know, can you imagine, you know, being at the age of 65, going on the beach and trying to walk without shoes. And then I see somebody like Shaq, young Shaq, running the beach and, you know, because it's free, but I did it wrong. I did it the other way. By working for 40 years, Shaq did 7 years, and Shaq is running, having fun on the beach. I'm walking around, having a walking stick and walking on the beach rather than running out. But that's the way a lot of people have it out there. We have to educate families and let them know that there's another way. You know, yes, we provide a plan which gives them like 20 or 30 years to get to retirement, but they can do it in 5 to 7 years with our business, okay, or combination. So some of the things that you know, personally you should do, map, you know, you make money in Primerica. If you have a job, I would say take some of that money and invest it. What you do for clients, do it for yourself, okay? You know, it's like, you know, charity begins at home. You take care of your home and then you can take care of outside, right? So what you do for your client, do it for yourself. Save some money, map. Okay, another thing that you want to do, you want to, you know, study your craft. This is serious business because we have to get licenses. You're talking about people's money, that's your livelihood, they work hard for it. So you want to make sure that when you sit down with a client, you do the right things for them. Don't cut corners, you know, do it the right way, okay? And do a good job for the client so that they can refer you to more people, you know, and focus on becoming financial independent. Play your game. Don't worry about the rah-rah. Don't try to win a trip and go on the trip and be broke. Okay, make money, recruit, develop other folks, win the trip the right way. Build a team around you make money, go on the trip so you can spend your own money to have fun. But don't go on a trip broke and looking at your upline for food, lunch and all that other stuff. You don't want to do that. So do it the right way, and I would say, other than that, this business is a real business. Be passionate about it. You have a great opportunity. A lot of people will die for this opportunity. Right now we have a war going on. Imagine, they would love to be sitting where you're sitting right now, going after, wealth and going after life, in a positive way. But stay positive, have a great attitude. And I'm telling you that, winning is just it's just an afterthought, so go at this strong. Don't take this for granted. This is serious business. This will actually free yourself, free your family, if you do Prime America the right way. Thank you, Shaq.
I'm gonna piggyback on some of the stuff he says. I took a bunch of notes here, and I've known Anthony for a long time. I actually never heard his story really in its entirety, and he obviously gave a ton of nuggets there. First thing that I got from him: don't miss events.
Yes.
Right? He didn't say, I had an epiphany when I was at home asleep. Right? I mean, I'm just saying, right? What did he say? I didn't tell him what to say. I asked him, I said, hey, tell me what you're going to talk about. And we talked for literally 2 minutes. He just came up and, talked. He's a friend. I said, hey, talk to my team like you talk to your team. Come up. He didn't say I was watching television and it hit me. I was eating McDonald's and I was inspired. No. I'm just telling you, right? Like you gotta listen to these stories.
Yeah.
I was at the convention. I had already been here for years, part-time. I have a job making 120, and this is back in the late 90s, or actually early 2000s for the convention, right? Making 120, that's 20 years ago. And I know Anthony. I've known him for a long time. He does the right things with his money. 3 kids in college, all that stuff, very successful. And you can always tell somebody about somebody generally, not with me, okay, so I had good parents, but by their kids, okay? So don't judge my parents on me, okay, for this business, 'cause that was me, okay? But they're good kids. They've done well. And he's making 120 grand a year, goes to the convention, sees somebody making $500,000, and it inspires him to quit his job. And there's a bunch of, it's not like that's how it is, right? You don't just quit and then you make $1 million. It doesn't work like that, right? Because you're not worth that yet. And making 120 at a job, which is great, totally different than business, right? I tell people all the time, business and a job are 2 different things. You can go to the zoo as much as you want. Doesn't mean you know what it's like to be a gorilla. You can read any book you want. You ain't me. You're not in the ring taking punches. Yeah, right, we're going to watch a UFC fight. Doesn't mean I'm going to actually go in there. Right? I can act like it, but when you're actually in the ring, like my son, he likes to box. He's going to start sparring. Like I tell him, say, hey, you're actually going to do this. I just talk shit. Like you actually doing it, man. Right? I'm a fan yelling at the TV. You ain't on the field. When you're a business owner, you're in there. And that's a different animal. So don't miss events, attend the convention. And he said it can put 6 months or a year into 2 or 3 days. And that's me. Like, I don't know about you. I love being inspired. That's why I love movies. Because I love, if something's going to get me excited, I love it. I don't want to be demotivated. There's a lot of stuff that can demotivate you all the time. No, I like being inspired. I like, big goals inspire me. Someone's story inspires me. Big incomes inspire me. People overcoming inspires me. It's just, that's what I want to do. It's not a complicated business. And then he talked, and one thing, and I forgot how much I love this. I know it in different areas because I saw this with my wife when we got married. I see this with my son academically. I see it with my middle daughter in sports. And I got that same feeling when Anthony was talking up here. It's so refreshing to hear somebody talking about working hard. I did this, I did this, I did this. These are some ideas for you to go to work. You know, you guys know this about me, right? I was not a great student, right? And I was a good student up until like high school when it started getting hard. Then I kind of just dropped the ball. And then in college, it was like shameful, right? And I mean that. It's just like, gosh, man. You know, I have kids. I'm so embarrassed about how all this dumb stuff I did in college. You know, not skipping class, this, that, falling asleep in class, just, repeating classes, all this stuff. But I got married and my wife was in her 3rd year of law school, right? And my wife, if you've ever met my wife, you know, she's extremely intelligent. She's very smart, but she's also a hard worker, right? Smart can only take you so far. You got to work hard. In Georgetown and in law school, everybody's smart. Everybody's smart. So, you know, I saw her up close. We were married, living together, and she had to, you know, and she'd never miss class. She'd have extra study sessions. And she'd say dumb stuff to me. And I'm like, what time does your class start? She's like, oh, 1:30. And I'm like, okay, why do you got to leave so early? She's like, no, I got to get there. I got to sit up front. I'm like, what the hell? But then the teacher can see you. Like, you go in the back where he can't or she can't see you. But she worked hard. It mattered to her. Like when I hear somebody talk about work ethic, you can't be lazy. And I'm not saying, like you said, play your game, do your things. But when you see other people working hard, you see other people putting in the work, grinding, that's got to inspire you to work, right? Because the rest of the world, they don't work. I just want you to understand that. People are very, very lazy. They don't want to work. They want to do and I say this because this was me, doing the absolute minimum, but wanting the maximum result. That's not how it works in anything. You got to put the time in and you got to find different ways to work. And you know, anything you say, it's true, right? I mean, I networking events, all the appointments, all these things that you do, and you got to love the hard work side of the business. I love that side of the business. When I hear that, it's just very refreshing. And, you know, he said, and you know, I also, you know, and somebody at our trip said this, and it made me think of this when we went to the trip just a couple weeks ago. And they said, you know, he gave a story. He was up there talking, and I thought it was really good. And I thought about this when Anthony was talking. It's like, would you be convicted? He said that. Right? If you go in front of a jury and they present all the evidence, would you be convicted? Now he used it of being committed to the business. Yeah. Would they convict you? Or would there be reasonable doubt? Right? Hey, Dante, you ever been kicked out of a retail store before? Yeah. And look at that face. They're kicking you out because you did something bad, right? Some people, you know, they're going to kick you out when you walk in. We know you're not buying anything. Get out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're not kicking Dante out. I've been escorted out because I was talking to people. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to do business, man. My face. You know, I'm trying to meet some people. Right? Talk to your supervisor. Right? And I'm teasing a little bit, but you know, they're convicting you. Yeah. All the evidence is out. Oh, we deliberated for 1 minute. He's committed. For you, it's like, is he? Your family can't even convict you. No. They can't say you're committed. You miss training, you sleep in, you never self-improve. Like you gotta, yeah, you know. Like my daughter, she's convicted, man. She watches YouTube videos on swimming. She's all about it. Like she is obsessed. Conviction. You can tell you've been convicted. You care. We know. You talk about it. It comes out. You talk 20 minutes, it comes out. You know, somebody says that to me, right? Like, oh, here he comes. He's going to talk to me again. Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying to accomplish something.
Yeah.
This is what I'm about. What do you want to talk about? The football team? The playoffs? Is that going to help you? I tell that story all the time, right? I love sports more than anybody. Hey, you know, the Commanders, is that what it is now?
Yeah.
The Commanders could win 20 Super Bowls in a row. Ain't going to change my financial life.
Yeah.
And they could lose the last 20 years like they've been. And if I'm financially independent, I don't care. I mean, it's cool. It's fun. It's something to talk about, but it ain't changing my life.
Yeah.
You know, he said your friends, you know, I thought it was a great way to say it. They're still talking broke. That's I'm going to steal that for sure. Right? They're still talking broke. So anyways, great job. You know, give it up for Anthony again. Great.